Okay, so this is such a simple recipe. What we're going to be making is pampadu, which is pretty much eggy bread, and I'm sure every one of us has had it growing up. My mum used to make it for me. So I'm going to be using a sandwich maker today, and we're going to sort of infuse it with some ginger, and then we're going to serve it with a papaya compote. So basically lifting eggy bread to a sort of tropical dessert. We're going to start with the compote. It takes about 15 minutes to make in the soup maker. We're going to blend it first to get the consistency we want, and then it's going to cook. It's got a heated plate underneath, so we can let it simmer and bubble away. So in goes the papaya. I'm going to add some soft brown sugar, vanilla pod, mixed spice, just a pinch, just adds that little bit of tropical flavour. And because of the sugar in here and because of the sweetness of the fruit, a little bit of salt. So just place the lid on, and what we're going to do is just blend it. Now that's literally it. I still want a few bits of chunky papaya in there, and now we're going to set this to a simmer, and we're going to cook it for 15 minutes using the timing buttons down here. And we're going to set it on low. What we're going to do every sort of 5 minutes is press the stir button just to make sure that the sugars don't burn at the bottom. Whilst it's happening, we've got our milk and cream here, which has just been bubbling away. We've taken it off the heat, and what we're now going to do is add our sugar, mix that in, and then we're going to add some bits of ginger just to infuse, and that's it. What we need to do is let this come straight down to room temperature. Okay, so this is now it's come down to room temperature. I'm just going to sieve it out just to make sure there's no sort of bits in our mixture. I'm going to add 4 eggs. I'm just going to crack them in, and then I'm going to whisk. Give that a good old whisk, and then we're just going to pour it into this Pyrex dish, and we're going to add our thick, crusty, stale bread. What we want to do is just sort of let it steep in the liquid for about 2 minutes on either side. Just have a quick check on the compote, just to make sure it doesn't stick to the bottom because you've got lots of sugars in there. We're just going to press stir, and that's going to give it a good old mix around as it's still cooking. We're nearly there. So these have had 2 minutes on one side. Just going to turn them, see, it's all really thick and it's delicious. Right, I'm just going to turn them. And again, another 2 minutes and just wait. In that time, what you can be doing is add some melted butter to the sandwich maker. It helps to give that wonderful golden colour and that crust and that crunch that you want. Don't worry about any mess or any residue on these plates. Once they've cooled down, we can pop them out and pop them into the dishwasher. Brilliant. And we're just gonna add our pampadu straight to the sandwich maker. It's a little bit messy, but you know, it's fun. Okay, clamp it all the way down, and that's it. The great thing about this is it's got really deep pockets, so we've got thick bread here and it's going to cook perfectly all the way through. Our compote is nearly ready, so I'm just going to get a bowl. Well, the beep's gone now. So it's had its 15 minutes, it's cooked all the way through. It smells lovely. You can see it's got this kind of jammy consistency, and all the sugars have cooked as well. Okay, so what we're going to do is just pour it into this serving bowl. So that's the papaya compote all cooked. Very, very simple. We didn't have to burn any pans doing it. I've got banana leaf. I just thought it would look really nice laid on this plate. Popping that down. So we're just gonna open this up and have a look at our pampadu. Wow, it's lovely. It's souffled up because the pockets are really deep. So what we're gonna do is carefully lift these out and pop them onto our chopping board. Okay. And literally, all we need to do is just chop them down on the line. We want it to be quite rustic, you know, it's a homely dessert. Okay, that's it. 2 slices. And I'm going to sprinkle over some icing sugar for the finishing touches. That's it. So here is my ginger pampadu. with a tropical papaya compote.